Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the Shelf Stable Kitchen. Today we are taste testing Thrive Life's beef and rotini pasta. I've already cracked it open. This is what the pouch looks like. It has 3 servings, 3 1-cup servings. It's 7.40 ounces. That's the size of the bag. I'm not going to make all of it. That's why it's torn. There's still a bunch in here. I'm not going to make all of it. I'm only going to make about 3/4 to 1/4 of the cup, maybe 1 serving, because Amato and I are going to have this for dinner and I don't want it sitting around, just getting all nasty. I want it to be nice and fresh and hot when he gets home. And it's currently 12:30, so he's going to be home in a couple of hours. So what I wanted to do though is this is the portion. You can see it's just a little bit, it's just a cup, but I wanted to make this a little bit more substantial, not so much because I'm hungry and I want to eat, but to show you that these products are so versatile that you can add to the meal to make it more substantial. So if you're feeding more people or you just don't think that there's enough food in here, that you can add some extra things. So some of those things that you can add would be something like Thrive Life or dehydrated onion. So I'm just gonna put just a tiny bit, just a little bit in there. This is what it looks like. So I've been working on this for quite some time. In fact, I like to use freeze-dried or even dehydrated onions to make my onion powder. So I don't buy onion powder anymore. I think a few grocery hauls ago, I bought some onion powder from the grocery outlet, but I just refill that bottle now. I just wanted the label. You can also add some corn or even some peas to this if you want. If you want to add a little bit more protein, you don't feel like there's enough meat, go ahead and add some more beef. That's what I'm gonna do. This is a new can, so I'm gonna open this up. Again, I know not to eat the oxygen absorber, so I'm going to leave it in my container. All right, so that's what the Thrive Life beef dices look like. And I'll do a taste test right now. I love eating these right out of the can. It's like eating, it's like beef jerky, but better. Maybe about a tablespoon of extra beef. And here's what it's looking like. I'm not a huge fan of mushrooms, but we're gonna give it a shot. I am learning to like my vegetables, and I am doing it at my own pace and in my own way. And if you know anybody in your family that also is a picky eater, you may want to take that into consideration. Sometimes it's not necessarily the flavor of the food item, but rather the texture, the mouthfeel. That's my issue. I just don't like the texture of some of these things that are mixed together. Okay, so you can also add some peppers. These are Thrive Life's freeze-dried peppers. They're similar to a jalapeno. They're not spicy. In fact, they're quite mild, and they smell so good. I've had this jar open for about a year, and this is what's left. And these little things, they are so unique. They're like a little sponge. So they are going to absorb all that water very quickly. So I'm going to just add a few, just a couple in there. And that's another thing that makes Thrive Life foods so amazing, is that you can use the quantities of the ingredients that you want, and you don't have to worry about wasting it. So the next thing that I have that I'm gonna add to this is a little bit of Augustin Farms freeze-dried cheese. This is cheddar cheese. I absolutely love this. I probably go through more freeze-dried cheese than I do anything else, and it's so weird, but it's mainly because I like to use the freeze-dried cheese to make nacho cheese or some type of cheese sauce. And it's just absolutely, I love it. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of cheese to our meal, and then we will get our water and seal this up. Again, You don't need a whole lot. So I'm gonna add just a little bit now, and then I'm going to add some on the top when I'm ready to eat. You'll see. Okay, let's go get some water. All right, so here is what our Thrive Life creamy beef and rotini pasta is currently looking like. I'm gonna go ahead, and I have about a cup of hot water right here. So I'm gonna add about 3/4 of a cup of that liquid. Make sure you stir everything well. Okay, I'm gonna cover it so it can absorb all of that liquid. And we're gonna let this go for 10 minutes, just like the instructions said. It smells amazing already. Okay, now is the time. We are taste testing Thrive Life's creamy beef and rotini pasta with mushrooms. I added some chili peppers, a little bit of onion, some extra beef for more protein. And then I just topped it with a little bit of some home dehydrated parsley and a little bit of extra salt. This is what it's looking like. It's really good. The texture of the mushrooms is throwing me off a little bit. It's not bad. It tastes amazing. It does taste just like the back of the bag says. It says creamy sauce, rotini pasta, seasoned beef, and savory mushrooms. It's seasoned so well, even mom will think it's homemade. It does taste pretty good. I'm not a fan of the mushrooms. I do not like the mushrooms at all. I do dehydrate and I do can mushrooms because a model likes them. And I really only use mushrooms when I make like Salisbury steak or something. The beef dices are perfect. They absorb that liquid and they're really nice and tender, and they have just a great flavor. The pasta is nice and tender too. The only thing that is not my favorite are the mushrooms. If you like mushrooms, then you're gonna love this. I just realized I forgot the cheese, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. What was in here melted nicely, and everything has a really great flavor, except the mushrooms. I mean, the mushrooms, I guess they taste good. It's just the texture that I don't like, and that's just me. But if you really love mushrooms and you love all the different vegetables, then go ahead and throw these in here. Just make sure that you add extra water if you add extra freeze-dried items to your meal. All right, so these are my final thoughts on the creamy beef with rotini pasta. This was really good. I paid just over $11 and some cents for it, and there are 3 servings. So I think it was a great value for what is in here. I was not crazy about the mushrooms, but that's okay. Everything else still tasted good. So the noodles did get a little soft the longer that it stood, but they were still nice and soft and tender, and I enjoyed that very much. I would rather it be a little on the softer side than on the hard side personally, but you don't want to let these meals sit for a long period of time like as a leftover, because it's just going to get soggy. So that's why I only made a small portion to taste test, because I didn't want the rest of the bag sitting and waiting for Amato to get home for dinner, because what's going to happen is just going to get soggy. The only thing that's going to be edible is going to be the meat, and then you're going to have to throw everything away. And to me, the most expensive food is the food that you have to throw out. So we want to eliminate any kind of food waste. So I give this a 7 out of 10 just because I didn't really care for the mushrooms, and this had a substantial amount of mushrooms in it. So There we go. That's our Taste Test Tuesday, Thrive Life's creamy beef with rotini pasta. Thanks for watching my video, everybody. Be sure to tune in this Thursday for another Thrive Life haul. I have a few products that are newly released and I'm excited to share with you. And stay tuned for next Tuesday's Thrive Life Taste Test Tuesday. And I'm excited to share with you what I'm going to be taste testing then. So don't forget to subscribe, like the video, leave me a comment, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye, everybody.